Hey guys, Lyrics Messiah here. Welcome back. I did once again load up the game offline. So my skin is not me. But uh, quite a few things happened in between the last episode and this one. So first of all, you'll notice that I put all of our wool back, and I also like sheared the sheep some more. And so over here, where we had our little AFK spot, I set up like this corner table, and I put whatchamacallit, item frame, and the treasure map that we found. You see the X. We already found this treasure, but if you look in the corner, that little green dot, that's me. And this is our little snow island, and this is the island next to ours, and like where we found the sheep. And anyway, I put that. Oh, what's this green? Focus. Yeah. But the reason I removed the AFK box and the reason we were able to make an item frame is because I left myself AFK overnight in this spot right here. When I loaded up the game, or when I came down in the morning and I looked at my computer, I had a piece of leather in my hand. I was like, huh, weird. And I also had a lead. So you'll see we also have one extra lead. So we had 5, now we have 6. So I was like, huh, weird. So I broke myself out of the box, and the door was missing. So there was no door there, and there was no door here. And I thought maybe that was a glitch. But when I came outside, there also was no door there, and no door here. So I was like, weird. But okay. And then I looked at the crops, and some of them were trampled. No, I did fix all of that stuff. So I put the doors back on. I replanted our crops. And I set up that little table, and I used the leather that I found to make that item frame. But I think what that means is like maybe I know zombies break doors. I don't know if anybody else does, but so thankfully they didn't come get me. I thought I was like so safe and nothing would come in. I was safe, but our village was not. And sadly, neither was Frosty. So he was just gone. Like, yeah, I suppose like because you could reach him from here. So like if like a hostile mob got in here and he threw like a snowball at them or something, I don't know, they would have gotten into it, and he didn't make it out. So at the end of today's video, I have an idea for what we could do to kind of honor his memory. But the reason I wanted to stay AFK is because the grass was taking so long to spread, and it did work out. So the grass has made its way all the way to the sheep, all the way to our one lonely cow, all the way to the chickens and to the pigs. So we have grass all the way here. Because we didn't have silk touch, we just had to wait. That walks weird on the ice. We just had to wait for it to spread naturally, and it did. And you could see the signs of just Endermen showing up and then moving blocks. But yeah. So what I wanted to do today, actually, because in the last video we made a lot of progress. Like we got all those animals, so the sheep, the pigs, the one cow, and the chickens. And I was thinking that we need to do some more exploration just to find another cow to get leather. But before we do that, I thought that it would be great to just do some housekeeping, like make things look a little bit better. I did like off camera in between videos, like put in like leaves and like some of these. I bone meal the grass and put that in, putting some copper torches, and you can see like it has already like rested. I just dig out more of this. Oh yeah, there was a wandering trader as well, and so I was able to get like a vine from him, and I also got cherry blossom saplings as well as birch saplings, which is good. So now we have those wood types. But today, instead of like working on any of that stuff, I actually just want to beautify our base a little bit. So I have an idea for like a pathway that we could do, and so I think that's the first thing we're gonna work on, like building that pathway, and then maybe we just add in some bushes add in some lights, make it look good, make it safe. Yeah, just do some general housekeeping. So it's gonna be a little chill, a little bit like not so much action because we're not gonna be exploring, we're not gonna be mining, but I just think it would be good to like pause a little bit and just make things look good. So let's get into that. So for our pathway, I know that some of the blocks we're gonna want to use, andesite, diorite, maybe not, cobble, for sure. We want to go around our base, maybe come down from the hill, which is our hobbit hole is below. We don't need this dirt, so it's not gonna be too huge, but it could help, bring some structure, and bring more life to our little igloo base, make it look better. I actually don't have like a structured plan for this or anything crazy like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of play this out as I go along. I'll just start the replay mod, and then I will use that replay footage and I'll add my commentary in post. So as we're building today and as we're kind of just going through the episode, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. The first thing is this is sort of a new experience for me. I have had experience in making videos. I used to be a videographer, and I even worked with different media companies as well as one of my own. And so with regards to making videos and producing content, like I have some experience with that. But specifically with making gaming videos or Minecraft videos, to be more specific, this is a first. I did try like 5 years ago and I made one video, but that was all. Yeah, and so now I've been doing this for about 2-3 weeks, kind of consistently, and I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm learning a lot and growing, just in terms of balancing all these things in my head. I think the first series I made, which was just my origin series, I died really quickly, and so in this series I've been focused a lot on trying like really hard not to die and to play the game well. And so it's been kind of tricky in terms of the commentary because I'm so focused on like making sure I do well in the game that my thoughts aren't as as free as they usually are, just because it's preoccupied with making sure I'm safe, making sure I do this properly, making sure like the gameplay is actually good. But there's a lot of things I want to talk about, like the name of this series, Cornerstone. That's built on this whole idea of Jesus, Jesus as the cornerstone. And I want to take some time to focus more on that as the series progresses. So as I've been editing this video in particular, I've been thinking a lot about that, just because I had more time to look back at the gameplay and think about what I actually want to talk about. And I know not everybody reads the description, but in every single one of the episodes for this series, in the description, there's like a verse that I quote from the Bible that helps, explain like the name of the series. But yeah, I've just been thinking about that, and in terms of my own, where I want this series to go and the conversations that I want us to have as I build this community here on YouTube. I just, I hint at some of these things, like I talk about, I'm a missionary here in Japan, or that I want to build a community where we promote kindness and just biblical values, and like I've said those things, but I haven't really come back to have a deeper conversation on those things, and so I wanna do that some more as we move forward. I'm also just having fun, I think, with doing this. Like playing the game has been fun, just because I have not played a lot of Minecraft. I feel like I say this so much, like this is my theme song at this point, but I really haven't played a lot of Minecraft, and so right now I'm really experiencing like the most I have of this game, and it's fun. I like it. Sometimes I find myself just wanting to sit and play, not necessarily to record a video, and so that's another balance as well. And then of course with with all the missionary stuff that we're doing, I don't have as much time to just sit and play. Like, Minecraft is not the main thing that I'm doing, and making these videos that's not like my main priority. So it really just has to come while I have free time. So I'm also like figuring out a balance for that. But I'm having fun. I'm also having fun posting these videos and just, putting it out there. Like, right now, not a lot of people watch these videos. Not a lot of people are subscribed or like the videos or anything. But I enjoy it, and I am content to continue trying. So we fixed that problem, and so Frosty's back, yay! And then I spent some time fishing. Okay, so another thing that I want to do today is build that fishing hut finally. Talked a lot about it, and today's the day. And I actually have an idea. I think what it's gonna call for is for us to go like over here maybe, because I want to build a fishing hut. I want to build like a little dock, and then I want to build a boat. And I have some ideas for that stuff, but just to kind of expand even more. Also, like, our little snow village is getting like long. We need to do some stuff to make it wide as well. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. And so I guess the first thing I'll do is fill in some places with snow. I actually think that part of what I want to do in the future for this little snow village is make like snow hills as well, because right now it's like really flat, and part of that is good, but I don't think all of it needs to be super flat. I think it'd look more realistic if there were like some hills, which is why like some of the pathway I made it one block up, and I'm gonna elevate the surrounding landscape to make that make sense. But yeah, so like right here I figure, like, as we come out this way maybe, maybe the ground kind of goes up, and so that's just what I'm trying to do right now, just fill it in and get a feel for how that looks. Yeah, right here we keep it coming. We're all out of snow blocks, so I'll fill that in. But so all of this will kind of come up a little bit, kind of like how we have these ice structures, but imagine that with snow, right? Just like hills, and eventually maybe mountains too. That's gonna take a lot of snow blocks, but anyway. So as we come out to, I guess, the edge of this, maybe this ends up being like a bay. Then I would imagine, maybe right here, that our this is 1, 2, yeah, our dock will come up from here, yeah, and maybe we make it too wide. I think that's good. So the logs will be down below for support, and then I want it to face up. Yeah, the top will be these barrel blocks. We need a bunch of planks like so, because those are gonna be like the floor block. So yeah, eventually I would want these logs to go like all the way to the ground, so that there's actual stability and it's not just floating. but now we don't have enough logs to do that, so we'll just settle for maybe 2 on each, just as a proof of concept, and then later on I'll actually make it go all the way down. So these chains, I believe they will connect, right, side to side. Let me see. I'll have to shift on that. Yes, they do. I don't know if you guys could notice, but like my movement, like in the game, like my jumping and stuff, it's gotten a little bit better, you know. Like I'm watching how I'm jumping, like from the snow to the thing and back, and it's kind of cool, kind of good. Now, above these blocks, I just want to see real quick, what would it look like if I just put fences along? Because yeah, I kind of like that actually. Okay, so you see I filled it in. I've even put in these lanterns like so. Yeah, I'm wondering, do I do something on this one just because it is what it is? Spruce trap door. If we did just cap that one off. Yeah. This one though, maybe do the same thing here. I was gonna put like a light there just because it was like on this outer edge, but maybe we don't worry about that, rather than when we're already here. So like so. Cool. Nice. So that's the dock more or less done. Now we could move on to the boat. So this is probably gonna be the shortest video of this series so far, as I'm looking at it right now and I'm editing it. But it actually took the longest to make. It took a couple of days, just in terms of like, you know, spending time gathering resources that I needed, spending time like coming up with the idea for the things I wanted to build, and then spending time actually building. And like I said, I don't like Minecraft is not the main thing that I do. So really it is just like when I get the free time to do it that I can do it. But this was actually a lot of fun. And I'm getting a feel for it. So we put our hut like right here. The other thing that's been a lot of fun making this particular episode is just the building, like the boat that I made, and even like this hut, you know, that I'm kind of making, that I talked about making for quite some time, but I'm finally getting to do in this episode. Like I'm figuring it out as I go. Like there's some inspiration stuff that I find online, but as I start building, and it starts to look less and less like anything in any of those videos. But I like how it's coming out. I like, you know, just seeing my progress as a player, seeing my progress as a content creator in this format. And I just want to thank you guys for coming along for the journey. This is humble beginnings, small beginnings, but I could just imagine, like, you know, what could come from this. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.